name is Jessie Conder, and if you're in the Align community, you've probably seen my face before. I am one of the co-founders here at Align, and we love to share just kind of an inside, real life experience of one of our brand ambassadors and share their story with you. We're really passionate about making Align a place that is not about our faces all the time as the people who started the business, because we really do feel honored and humbled and excited, and just the best part of this type of business for us as owners is getting to work with our brand ambassadors. And currently we're now starting to add more affiliates to Align as well, and that's exciting too. And so building a community around a brand and kind of having something in common where we all love learning and we enjoy this community and getting to know each other, learning about skincare, sharing something that we enjoy with others in an authentic way is the best part of Align for us. And that experience comes through to other people best when we share real life affiliates and ambassadors who just kind of tell you who they are. I think it gives you a really good insight into our brand values, what's important to us, because every time one of our ambassadors come on, you see how easily they really do align with the brand, and it starts to kind of connect the dots and all make sense about why Align is a very special community and a special brand that we're building together. And so tonight I'm really excited to share Tami with you, and I will introduce her and then I will take myself off screen and let her take over. She's going to share her story, and then I will hop back on at the end and we'll do some Q&A and some chit chat back and forth. So Tami is one of our brand ambassadors, and she really started popping out to me and showing up to me pretty quickly after we got started at Align. Honestly, like your striking hair and like your really glowing skin, like it just you started popping out to me visually. And of course I was seeing her name pop up frequently because she was sharing very consistently and selling consistently. But it got on my radar pretty quickly. And so what I have seen from Tami in my experience with her is she's just so easygoing, in my opinion. Like your vibe to me is just this kind of calming, easy addition to the group that feels very natural, and very just honest, and you show up as you are, and it just feels like a really great fit to me. So thank you for taking your time tonight to get on with us and tell us your story. And without further ado, I'll let Tami take it away and kind of share her story in how she got into social selling, how she found Align, and what her experience has been here so far. And then we'll hop back on for Q&A. So Tami, you're up. I'll let you take over.
All right, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to be here, and thank you, Jessie, for having me on. My story begins 43 years ago, I think. I was 14, and somebody introduced me to a business, and I thought that it could, take me places and everything, but I was 14. So back in those days, you didn't have to be 18. And so me and my boyfriend at the time, we just kind of used the products and didn't really do anything with it. So fast forward throughout in my 20s and 30s, I was with a lot of companies. A lot of times I would just do the kidnapping just because I wanted whatever was in the kit, and then just didn't do anything. Others I did pretty good at. But back then they didn't have social media. They didn't have cell phones. It was rotary phones, and you had to call everyone. You had to call to get parties. You had to call to make a sale. You had to follow up, dialing that rotary phone. And then I just I got turned off because my upline was very pushy, and I just didn't feel like felt like I was making money for them and not doing something for myself. So I stopped doing social selling completely until 2018. My hand is shaking. I can't, I'm not on my computer, so I have to hold my phone out in front of me. Anyway, um, 2018, my nephew was with a company and I had very sensitive skin, still have very sensitive skin. And I thought, well, I'll just try it. I've tried everything and nothing's worked. So I told him, don't ask me to sell, don't ask me to, be present in this because I'm just doing it for the product. So then I got the product and I used it and I had to tell everyone about it because if I have sensitive skin, I know others have sensitive skin and they could benefit. But I didn't want to do parties anymore. I was tired of the whole party scene. People are getting burned out on parties. And so I started doing events. And that way I could be in front of a whole lot of people and then just follow up with them. And my daughter and I did it together and we just had a blast. Well, then that company changed. And so I wasn't, I felt lost and didn't know what I was going to do. And then a line popped up. Um, Jenny, a friend of mine that I was with in this other company, reached out to me and said, well, just check this out, see if you'll like it, whatever. And so I joined the very first day and I love what it's done to my skin. Um, I don't have breakouts very often, very few and far between. I get complimented on my skin consistently all the time. Anywhere that I go, people compliment me on my skin. And it just felt like I finally found my people. You know, everyone is just so friendly. Everyone is so excited to share their wins, and everyone's excited for people that win. And it's just totally different, something that I've never experienced before. Align has opened up just so many more friendships, and you just feel good when other people are doing well. And the product is just spot on. The products are great. Um, and let's see what else. Yeah, I've made so many friends. The I really like the transparency. If something is not going right, then Jesse and Shanae will let us know. They let us know what's going on, why it's going on, and what they're going to do to fix it. And that is unheard of. You don't hear that with other companies. The training and the behind the scenes that goes on at Align is just mind blowing. Um, they're with you every step of the way. They are available. Everyone is available to everyone. And the community is just unbelievable. And I do this for me. Um, I raised 5 kids and now I'm an empty nester. And this just fills up space for me. And it's something that I enjoy doing. I love talking to people. I can talk to anybody. And it's just been a really good fit.
It took my video a second to pop back on, and before we were kind of planning for this call, Tami and I talked, and I was like, "Hey, I'm a rescuer, so if you get nervous or you don't know what to say, I will rescue you." And just now, I'm trying to pop back on so we can do our Q&A part, and my video paused for a second. I'm like, "No, I have to rescue Tami. I can't
I
leave her
know,
up
I'm thinking
here
she
hanging,
told me she
especially
would
after
rescue.
our weird Facebook start." Yeah, I told you I would help you. First of all, your skin really is amazing. Every time I see a photo, we have a really good photo of you. I feel like maybe you're sharing the Daily Duo or the Sensitive Set, something like that. You're holding two products, I think, But I love it because I don't think you have any makeup on, but your skin just looks so clear
Yeah.
and glowy and just
Mhm.
really I really wanted a line to be very pro aging. Not that we don't ever use the word anti aging because we definitely do. But I'm a big advocate of like you do you. So if you want to, go aesthetics or med spa or Botox, whatever, like no judgment. Um, I'm a little bit too low maintenance and lazy for that route personally, and I just wanted good skincare that worked, that I knew people would enjoy, and that would embrace the idea of aging. Honestly, I'm 40 and I'm not worried about my laugh lines. I think the older we get, we realize that it's a gift to get older, and I just love to see all of our community learning how to be unafraid about showing up in their real skin exactly as they
Mhm.
are. And I've just seen you do that, and your skin really does look amazing.
Thank
So,
you.
I mean,
I
compliments on the
I do
skin.
not wear makeup. I do my eyebrows because with my white hair, I have white eyebrows
Eyebrows
also.
are important.
So I do my eyebrows, and I just got some new lipstick today. I haven't worn lipstick in years and years, but I put it on. I thought, well, I'm going to be, showing my face, but no other makeup. I don't have any makeup on. I don't own makeup. So
Your skin looks amazing.
yeah,
So,
thank you.
not
Well,
that.
thank you because it's because of you and your products.
Yeah, I'm sure it was good before too, but I'm happy to see that it's working well for you. And I really love to hear that you have sensitive skin because that is tricky with skincare.
Yeah.
My husband has really sensitive skin from head to toe, but one of my daughters in particular has super sensitive skin. We've had the like allergic reaction, have to go get steroids, puffer, blow face reaction to skincare.
Wow.
And so she's always my tester on stuff where we really need it to be sensitive skin friendly, which the truth is, nothing is hypoallergenic, nothing is allergy free. Something could react with everyone. Everyone's skin is different, but we really do make an effort to make the majority of the products you're going to put on your face friendly for sensitive skin. So I love to hear from people who have it and what their experience has been, because I have really
Yeah.
normal skin. So I'm not the good sensitive skin tester.
Yeah.
So I love to hear that. Um, on the social selling side, first of all, the phone is so funny to me because, well, if we grew up with a rotary phone, but also just the phone in general. Like, we don't talk on the phone the way that we used to. And
Right.
there's good and bad around that. But I love that you have a background in direct selling where you had to get on the phone and use the
Yeah.
phone. So how do you feel about the experience between how you started in direct sales, how it felt then, how it looked now, and how different it is now with social media and technology and all the things that have changed so much?
Well, you can be in front of so many more people. I mean, you could spend 3 hours on the phone and only talk to 10, 15 people, when now you get on social media and TikTok or Instagram, and thousands of people can see you. you know and so that has changed a lot. I am not um I'm not great at social media yet. I want to learn and do more and be consistent, because I see these people that are consistent and they're just doing so great, and it's like I want to do that too, but I don't know what's holding me back. I just think that I just am not comfortable with how to work Instagram. And like the ones that I have done, I think I've done okay with, and I've gotten reaction from it, but I just don't know what to do all the time. And so that's where events come in for me, because I can be in front of a whole bunch of people and then just follow up with them. I don't mind following up with them on social media. Like, we can become friends on social media, and then they can get into my VIP group. Um, I'm just not as consistent. I am consistent with follow-ups with when I do events, because if you don't follow up, what's the use in even doing them? you
And
know?
that's hard, and a lot of people struggle with that. Social
Right.
media is always a learning platform, and I think that's just important to know that, like, you don't have to be perfect at it. You don't have to show I mean, it's great to be consistent, obviously, but it's okay for that to be in progress. Like, I am the queen of that with our own social media for Align, and, it's funny because Shanae and I have been working on that a lot recently, and I told her that I'm like, "Listen, it's a priority and we do need to be consistent, but tomorrow if
Yeah.
everything is on fire and we don't post one day on social media, it's okay. Like the world keeps spinning. I love how direct sales
Right.
has changed so much, but also all of the parts are important. Like social media, like you said, going and doing events get you in front of people in real life. There is nothing like the real life connection of talking with someone face to face and that trust that gets built in a different way.
Mhm.
But that can feed right back into social media when you're doing any sort of business like this or affiliate marketing or sharing anything. It's all connected now. Like it's not really different blocks of your business. It all feeds into each other in different ways. And so it's just so interesting to see the growth of this industry over 10, 20, 30, 40 years and how much it has changed, but it's still here.
Right. Yeah,
I think there's something to say about that.
exactly.
It's not going to go away,
No, it's not gonna go away.
and it's not going to go away. And that's such a common criticism, as you've seen in the past, probably 5 to 10 years, with people popping
Right.
up with like the whole anti MLM movement. And I
Right.
liked that you said you had a bad upline, and that's kind of what took you away from it at one point, because there is a lot of bad indirect sales.
There is.
There's a
But
lot of,
there's a lot of good too. And
yes, there's a
I
lot of
wanna
bad
focus on
behavior,
the good.
and there's a lot of great benefits.
Right.
And it's just so funny to me when people get super, super hung up on the negative, and I'm not discrediting the experience that they had, but that is life. Like there's a lot of really good and bad, no matter what you're doing in any job, any career,
Right.
any industry. There's good and bad in all of it. Um, the events queen. I'm an events girl. I did a lot of events when I was in the field. So, what's your favorite
Mhm.
thing about doing events?
The people. I get to see people, I get to talk to people, I get to meet new people. It's all about the people to me. It's just getting
Does
to
that give
know.
you like energy?
Oh yeah, definitely. I love just starting conversation. I ask them questions about, where do you live? Do you like it there? Just ask them questions about because when you care about somebody, then they feel it, then they want to spend more time talking with you. And so I don't like just jump right into, oh, you got to try this, come here. It's like I try and get to talking with them just a little bit to break the ice, to get them to stay there longer. And then most of the time they'll ask me, well, what are you doing here? What do you got
Yeah.
going?
I
So
always kind of made it my goal to like be the opposite of every other person at the event. You're walking through the aisles and there's like the mop guy and the massage guy and all these crazy things, and they're like in your face, and they're like come try like, and it's aggressive sometimes at certain types of
right.
events. And so I would always try to just be a little bit more chill and be like, how are you today? Did you find anything you liked? Just truly, I'd rather have a conversation with you anyway ways
Yeah.
than be a
Yeah.
crazy hard seller. Like that's not even
Right.
fun.
Yeah. Right. Well, I want
Um,
them to continue to do business with me,
yeah.
so I don't want to just jump on them and say, oh, you got to try this new stuff. So
And it's being honest about it. If you like something, you like it. If you don't, you don't. And when you talked about our transparency with you all, I think that's what feeds right back from everyone who's an ambassador here at Align is we're just all honest with each other and our customers
mhm.
and the people we're encountering about who we are and what we have and what we don't and where
Yeah.
things are going. And And that's who we want to be, not only as a brand, but as a community. And I love
Right.
that you said, talking just about the community and having it, how it feels for you and your experience. I think the huge difference at Align is that we really are doing it with you. Like, we don't feel like we have this thing and you're along for the ride. We really feel like we're building this together. And that just
Yeah.
makes such a big difference.
Yeah. Well, this is really the only company that I have been with where we see your face every day. You know, the other CEOs or, the higher ups in the companies that I've been with is you don't see them very often, you know? And so
How does that feel
see,
in the field?
see,
Like, that's,
well, it's like seeing you and Shanae um daily. We're seeing you daily, whether it's in the group or in Skype or just whatever. Um, it's refreshing because we can ask you anything. You are at our fingertips whenever we need you, where other companies is you would have to go and talk to your upline, and then they would have to go and talk to their upline, and so on to get to the person who has the answers or whatever. Where just any one of us can ask a question in the online master group, and we get answered, you know, by you guys. So that to me is everything. We know that you have our back.
yeah,
So
that accessibility feels reassuring. And it's something that we, when I say struggle with, it's not hard. Like, we both love being accessible and being available. That's not the struggle. The struggle sometimes is like scheduling and making sure we're consistent, making sure we're showing up in the way that serves you all best. What avenue are people going to watch a video? Would they rather watch a live or a recording? Like, those are the things
yeah,
we talk about. But I think just accessibility when you're doing something together is important. It doesn't matter like if it's your peer or your coworker or a boss or someone you're training, an upline, a downline. Like, you just want to be able to connect when you need that connection for whatever reason
right.
in a community. And I think that's what the goal is here.
Yeah. Well, you guys are doing a fantastic job.
Well, thank you. The last thing that I had to write down, because you said you raised 5 kids, which I think is awesome. I have 4, and some frequently I'm losing my mind because right now they're 12, 12, 13, and 16. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to make it.
You will.
So I'm just nosy and curious. How many kids, like, how close were they? How old are they now? Boy, girl, like, tell us about your kids.
Okay. So the oldest, let's see, she would have been 36. She passed away in 2019 of skin cancer.
Oh, wow.
Then there is Tabitha, who was with me with the other company that I was with. She is 34. And then Cameron is a boy. He is 33. They're a year and 3 days apart.
You feel me?
And, and then there's Marcy. She is 31. And then Zachary, the baby, is 28.
Oh my gosh, your kids
Yeah.
were stacked close
Oh yeah,
together.
I had 5 kids, 7 and under.
Yes,
So
I had 4 under 4 when my kids were
yeah,
little. And
that's a
so,
lot. But I'll tell you what, they're all friends. They all like each other. They all do things together. Well, they kind of live far apart from each other, but it's they talk to each other on the phone. They're constantly sending each other reels and
I
just
love
being
that.
in each other's lives, and so I think that to me is that just makes me the happiest that
Oh
they're all
yeah,
friends.
for sure. I think about that now. I'm
Yeah.
like, I hope my kids like each other when they grow up, because sometimes they
Yeah.
don't like each other right now.
Right.
Um, but I love that you said after raising 5 kids, which we know, especially yours being so close together, and 5 kids, it can kind of take up all of the space in your life, right? Like
Right.
that's just
Yeah.
that season of life. And so I love that you said now being an empty nester that this helps kind of fill that space, because I just thought as
Yeah.
moms so often our whole identity not only becomes having to be a mom and mothering, because that it is joyful and great and wonderful, but it is also
Right.
a lot. And we're always holding space for all of these kids and everyone else, right? We
Yeah.
have to allow all this space for them and prioritize that, which Shanae is honestly so great at, not only as a mom, but as a friend and a leader. Um, but there does come a point where we need to allow space for other things too.
Mm-hmm.
And so that just really stood out to me when you said that, because it comes and goes in different seasons, but I love
Right.
to see that this is something that now, instead of holding all of that space for everyone else, you're getting to fill some of that space with something for yourself. So I thought that
Right.
was really cool and kind of like perfect ending of what you said about your experience.
Yeah. Well, I needed something positive to keep me busy, you know, and this is it.
Yeah, that's a huge adjustment. Especially when you lose any family member, but especially a child. Like
Right.
that's obviously life altering.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that with us. And then my last question that I always ask people is, what's your favorite product?
Oh, that's hard. Um, I probably have to say the red light one. I really like the red
Really?
light. Yeah. Yeah. That's my
It's like the
best seller
ultimate
also.
pampering.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably your best
I
seller because
love
your
it.
skin
I
looks so good.
well, that probably helps.
Yes, for
But
real.
yeah, I think that's my favorite. It's very relaxing.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice to have just like a few minutes. For me, it's I think the warmth more than anything else. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't think I really felt different in the summer. I'm always cold, but something about like the warmth, the
Yeah.
red light to me is just like this extra bonus, but the actual physical microcurrent massage and warmth of it is I really think what I enjoy the most. And then I'm just like, oh, the red light's great too, but like the physical feeling of it is what I think I really enjoy the
Hmm.
most.
Yeah.
Well, Tami, you're a joy, and I'm so grateful that you are a part of Align. I'm so glad that it is bringing something positive and helping fill
Hmm.
that space in your life. And you fill a very important space here in our community. And thank you for being brave and hopping on tonight. You did great. Absolutely no worries. And you got to go in the private group anyway, so it's a little bit nicer in a sense. And I really appreciate you getting on tonight. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to bring them to the comments. We always kind of pop back in and check them and answer questions. So we will be around, and I hope you guys have a good night. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Jesse. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right. Bye bye.